Good morning, UPBOptionMillionaires.com. It is Tuesday, February 10th, 2015, and stock futures are higher. They were just about flat, and then the news came out. The EU Commission wants to extend. They want to give Greece a 6-month olive branch to get their finances in order. Have we not heard this before? Back in 2011, Merkel and the ECB were all about kicking the can down the road for Greece. And if you look at how the market's been trading, I mean, everybody's talking about this recent pullback from the highs as a lot of it's got to do with Greece. I don't think so. I think the market was pretty much expecting somebody to give in to Greece, and Greece wasn't going to leave the euro. You see stock futures, look at this spike up. It's so tough in this market to be short too long because central banks, their goal is to continue to keep asset prices higher than they probably should be otherwise, which means you got to remain long. I am short Home Depot via puts, as well as XLE and USO, and you can look crude oil also bouncing here. The US dollar was stronger this morning. The news is pulling it back, and we're almost flat for the US dollar. You can see crude oil. I hit the wrong number there. Crude oil is working its way off its lows this morning. To me, we have a nice double top we put in last trading session. Beautiful move off the, what is that, 6-7 year low of a week and a half ago. And I think we're running out of steam a little bit here. So we'll see what happens today. You know, you got positive news, you would think, kicking the can down the road. But the market, again, is forward-looking. And I don't think any of the moves that we saw in the market was necessarily based upon Greece. We're just consolidating here. If you look at the S&P 500 ETF, the spiders, you can draw a trend line right here, and you can draw another trend line here, and we're in the confines of this channel. At some point, we're going to break, and I think it's going to be to the upside. But I think for the short term, in spite of this massive rip to the upside that we're seeing on this 6-month extension for Greece proposal, I think we're headed down to 200 and possibly under to find support before we rock it up. And you look, these moves have been very sharp. So something to keep an eye on. Also, NASDAQ, similar type chart here. Beautiful consolidation here. I'm looking for a move to test out 100 one more time. Give me 100 one more time, and then looking for a move up to record high stock prices. We have earnings this morning. Coca-Cola. We have Lock after the bell Wednesday. Pepsi before the bell. Then we have Baidu, Cheesecake, Cisco, FEY, Met, Life, NTAP, Skechers, Tesla, Trip. The list goes on and on and on. So it's going to be an exciting Wednesday, just like last week. The exciting day was Thursday when we had Twitter ripping to the upside. Twitter was down 2.5% yesterday. You can see this beautiful move up to the upside. And I think same thing here is going to happen here with Twitter. We're going to consolidate, and then we're going to bust into the 50s. LinkedIn also had a big move last Thursday. Look at that move up. Again, it looks like it's going to consolidate here. Let's look at some of the banks, because I think on this news this morning, JP Chase, which is found support, trendline support. It has this little gap here from 59. Looking for a move back up to multi-year and record high levels in the next couple months. So that's something to keep in mind. Keep an eye on it. Goldman Sachs as well. 182, looking for a move back up into the 190s. Wells Fargo. Looking for a move back up to record high stock prices at 56. Citigroup was upgraded this morning. So this is a stock. You can look, hit support at about the $47 level. Looking for a move back into the 50s. Again, we have MetLife reporting earnings this week. Another stock that's been beaten down. Look for a move to the upside heading into that report Wednesday after the bell. Let's look at some of the gold miners. GDX looks like a nice pennant here. Look for a move up to about 25 level, and if we break that, 28, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Gold with the weaker dollar recently looks to close this gap here at about the 121 level. And we'll look at silver, which is SLV, the ETF that tracks it there. And silver is up a little bit this morning. We're looking for a back to the $18 level for silver. The bond market has been really beaten down after hitting record highs here on TLT, pulled back to about the 130 level, looking for a reversal, fill this gap. I thought even heading into this year when we were at 130 at the start of the year, or 128, that we were going to hit 140 on TLT. We almost hit it a week and a half ago. but I think it's going to happen, and I'm going to be positioned for it. I think we're going to see a nice reversal here in the next coming days. You can see we're starting to get toward that oversold level like we saw back in September, and you can see the move we had in the parabolic. This was the bond crash back in the middle of October when the market was pulling back. I'm not looking for a similar type spike, but I am looking for a reversal for TLT. Yeah, we have earnings reports from FEYE after the bell on Wednesday, so I'm going to be positioning myself for some of those. Looking for continued weakness for energy, XLE. You can see the move up. We right at, if you draw a trend line across, right at resistance here, and the key $80 level, which if you pull back from a really long-term chart perspective, let me see if we can get it drawing up. There you go. The $80, a little under 80, has worked, and I think we're going to pull back from there. All right, UPBOptionMillionaires.com. Everyone have a great trading session, and I'll see you in the chat room. Right now, stock futures remain higher. SPY is at 206 after closing at 204.63. And actually, intraday yesterday, we pulled back to 204 about a half hour, and they call it the 3:30 p.m. ramp capital. When somebody comes in, just hits the heck out of the buy button. You can see we moved from 204 to 290, and now we're at 206. All right, everyone have a great trading session. I'll see you in the chat room.